Harvey has known for years that I've been messing with Marjorie for years.
Wow.
It just don't.
Steve Harvey has known for a really long time that I've been screwing with Blemish for a really long time, Doug. Though it simply don't make any difference, a man I don't care a lot what you say in the high-stakes universe of Superstar. Show a story so enticing has ejected that it's shaking the groundworks of Hollywood. Tattle picture this Steve Harvey, the ruler of parody, and a recognizable face in each American lounge. Currently ends up in the brightness of an embarrassment spotlight. At the focal point, his better half, Marjorie Harvey, a figure of charm and impact twirling in a vortex of murmurs and stealthy undertakings, and afterward there's huge blast, the Earth Protector turned supposed paramour, whose abrupt disappearing act has ignited a fierce blaze of guess on the grounds that Marjorie Harvey and Steve Harvey are denying it an enormous blast. Purportedly said he's still enamored with her yet. Here's where it gets delicious in a dazzling turn. August saw a large blast, let the cat out of the bag in a call charging that Steve was mindful of the issue, as well as is truly the organic dad of Lori Harvey. Supposedly enormous blast is Lori Harvey's dad. Wow, he even prodded a detailed account interview to lay bare his binds with Marjorie. However, at that point, poof quietness huge blast evaporated off the radar, dropping the meeting. And going dim, this makes one wonder, did the Harvey play a hand in muscling enormous blast, depending on terrorizing or quiet cash, to maintain their mysteries covered? I put this around here for the absolute first time. Yes, that I am Lore Harvey, as we dig into this maze of VIP mysteries. And the situation starts to get interesting. What's taking cover behind the sparkle and style of their public personas? To what extent have the Harvey attempted to safeguard their standing from this preparing storm, the entwining adventure of Steve? And Marjorie Harvey, snared with a subtle large blast, offers a holding story of interest selling out, and the obscured lines among the real world. And top proceeding with our introduction to this caught trap of VIP dramatization, we dig further into the baffling figure at the core. All things considered, William Freeman also called Large Blast his association with the Harvey family. Goes past regular guardian-boss relationship transport, Large Blast, a man of numerous gifts, has served as Steve Harvey's defender, as well as his confidential cook, and a casual guide his experience anyway. Isn't without discussion, having confessed to a past as a pimp a detail, he presently claims to have abandoned this polarity in Large Blast's life. Brings up a few issues, particularly considering his implied issue with Marjorie. Who is Marjorie cheating with supposedly the body monitor? The murmurs of Marjorie Harvey's treachery have been coursing for at some point, building up forward momentum from different corners of the web. This hurricane of hypothesis was additionally powered by reports that Steve started offloading land resources. As soon as June, this move by the eminent comic and host started broad hypothesis about the strength of his marriage, driving numerous to contemplate whether it was a pre-planned measure, fully expecting an exorbitant separation. All the more explicitly fans just saw the reality of the land deal in August, when gossipy tidbits about disloyalty arose. And against the scenery of these bits of hearsay, Steve's peculiar monetary activities brought up issue. Sources like Page have energized these bits of gossip, which arrived at a peak with a spilled telephone discussion, including huge blast in this surprising disclosure. He affirmed the undertaking and guaranteed Steve Harvey was mindful of it, as well as proposed that Lori Harvey was his natural girl. I was going to go on, and and snatch on you realize. I said it was about that time I was going to, get into a battle with my pecker. And I plan to thrash my pecker. The situation starts to get interesting anyway, as inconsistencies and holes in the story start to arise principally because of the absence of a guaranteed top to bottom meeting with huge blast. His unexpected retreat from the public eye has added layers of secret and disarray to the story building these tales. Was the stunner that Marjorie Harvey was supposedly looking for a $200 million separation repayment? This amazing him has gotten people talking prompting banters over the monetary intricacies of high-profile VIP separations. Such a cosmic figure. While stunning isn't completely uncommon in that frame of mind of the rich and renowned anyway, it brings up issues about the couple's monetary courses of action in including any prenuptial arrangements, and the division of their extensive resources. Uncontrolled public hypothesis has assumed control over virtual entertainment and online gatherings, with some conjecturing that the Harvey could have utilized terrorizing or payoff to guarantee enormous blast quietness, the shortfall of an unmistakable reaction from Steve Harvey to these particular claims has just powered the fire of hypothesis, in spite of Steve and Marjorie's predictable disavowal of any unfaithfulness in a curve. To this generally tangled adventure, late occasions recommend a more profound layer to Steve and Marjorie Harvey's relationship. Steve, in an intriguing sincere second, talked about the reviving impact Marjorie had on his life, portraying her return as an essential defining moment. I met her 8-6-8-8-7. When the tune emerged and God gave her back to me in 2005. Marjorie repeated these opinions, adding to the intricacy of their relationship's set of experiences. This foundation turns out to be much more captivating while considering Steve's turbulent conjugal past, including a progression of ensnared connections that have frequently been covered in secret. The situation started to get interesting when Radar Online uncovered disrupting parts of Huge Blast's past, known for his cozy relationship with Steve. Large Blast's set of experiences as a previous pimp who took advantage of weak ladies is a distinct difference to his ongoing persona as a defender and speaker. This confusing person adds another aspect to the bits of hearsay encompassing his supposed undertaking with Marjorie, as this confounded story of betrayal, stowed away pasts and mystery connections keeps on unfurling. The inquiry remains what bits of insight hide underneath the outer layer of the Harveys' apparently amazing life. The responses, it appears, are basically as complicated and slippery as individuals required as we keep on unwinding the unpredictable snare of Steve and Marjorie Harvey's relationship. The job of William Huge Blast Freeman arises as a vital piece in this perplexing riddle. Freeman, known for his diverse relationship with the Harvey, assumed a suddenly urgent part in their romantic tale. It was Freeman who, in a bit of destiny, united Steve and Marjorie, a disclosure that adds one more layer to this all-around tangled adventure. Everyone in here about your bud, if it's not too much trouble. Comprehend that about the manner in which I love you, Marjorie Ela. Steve Harvey, now an easily recognized name with a total assets assessed at $400 million, has encountered an up and down ride of individual and monetary promising and less promising times. His process set apart by his striving start as a protection sales rep and hopeful humorist during his most memorable union with Marshall Harvey saw a huge turn by 1996, when he married Mary Shackelford, regardless of his developing achievement, including the popularity brought by rulers of satire. Harvey's fortune endured a shot following his expensive separation from Shackelford in 2005, which supposedly cost him $30 million. Amidst this wild period, Steve Harvey's ways with Marjorie crossed again. They had momentarily dated in 1990, yet it was only after 2005, in the midst of Steve's monetary and individual strife, that their relationship revived. Harvey, honestly not in the best spot for a relationship, was at first reluctant about chasing after Marjorie. It was Freeman, Steve's believed guardian and companion, who urged him to take the jump, with Marjorie detecting she was the perfect individual for him. Freeman's contribution in Steve's heartfelt life was not a simple happenstance. He had been a well-established figure in Harvey's life, seeing the different phases of his vocation and self-improvements. His recommendation to Steve about Marjorie was quick, as well as ended up being the defining moment. He let me know, look, the possibly time I've at any point seen you blissful was the point at which you were with that lady Marjorie now, before you proceed to accomplish something moronic. And wed another lady, I'm calling her Steve Review, in a May 2016 meeting with individuals, the association among Freeman and Marjorie, presently covered in debate, brings up issues about the idea of their relationship. At the time he urged Steve to seek after her, was there a propensity of something else among Freeman and Marjorie? That being said, the intricacy of this triangle is additionally extended by the new charges and the cryptic history of their collaborations in the mother of bits of hearsay and charges, encompassing Steve and Marjorie Harvey. Several has taken a firm position, energetically denying the twirling cases of betrayal and double-crossing Steve Harvey in a trademark show of level-headedness and resistance tended to the bits of hearsay hidden during an appearance at the Contribute Fest. Before I get everything rolling, just allow me to say I'm Marjorie Harvey, not one to be abandoned. Psyche and Story took to Instagram to share her considerations. She posted a book of scriptures stanza with a subtitle that mirrored her and Steve's way to deal with the reports my significant other. And I don't normally stop to address all the silliness and untruths that have been spread about us. She composed, highlighting the purpose to stay unaffected by the tattle this unified front, introduced by the Harvey, has done essentially.